Welcome back. We know that allergies are a big problem for a lot of people in the Bluegrass State, and here to give you some advice on how to find relief and figure out what is causing the problem, we're pleased to welcome Dr. Priya Warrior from Family Allergy and Asthma to give us a closer look at allergies. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Christy.
We know so many people are suffering from allergies, and heading into fall, what is it about fall allergies that folks need to be aware of?
I think a lot of the fall allergies is coming from ragweed. Ragweed starts blooming around August 15 and goes on till about the first frost. So a lot of the people that are having symptoms now, it's probably because they have significant allergies to ragweed and or to mold, because mold spores are very high now. One thing that patients can do if they want to, the people that out there can do, is maybe go on our website, and we have our daily pollen count up on www.familyallergy.com. They can look that up to see if that correlates with their symptoms.
Well, since it is so common here, I think there are a lot of people that kind of self-diagnose and they just assume,
Right.
oh, it's allergies and this must be what's bothering me. Why is it important to get allergy testing and to learn more about what is a trigger for you?
I think, it really depends. It's specific to the person, depending on where you are in that spectrum. If you're someone that you really doesn't suffer a whole lot and just has a few days of symptom and you're easily controlled with medicines, then that's probably all you need. But then if you're on the other end where you're suffering every year, you're noticing you're worse, and then the seasons change and you find that those days you're just particularly worse and you can't function, you're missing school or work, those things probably say that you probably need expert help at that point. You really want to identify what you're allergic to. And if over-the-counter medicines have not been efficient, I can help to try to tailor that medicine to something that would be better, or also maybe consider allergy shots.
And what are the benefits of allergy shots? What can that offer people who have recurring problems?
Well, I think, it's a completely different philosophy that allergy shots bring. They're not a medicine. It's more like a vaccine. It takes what's in the environment, we dilute it to a smaller extract, and then you get immunized over time, and your body builds up an immunity to the things that you're allergic to, as opposed to where medicines really only help with symptoms. This gets to the root of the problem so that you stop having those symptoms.
And you mentioned a little bit earlier about some of the differences and reactions that folks can have, but before we go, just what is it that sort of needs to be the advice for folks to decide it really is time for me to see a specialist and find out what's going on here?
I think persistence of symptoms, especially I find things like sinus pressure, sinus infections, if you're having recurrent infections, if you're having difficulty breathing, because a lot of times allergens will trigger difficulty breathing in people that have a tendency toward asthma, and they don't realize that this is what's happening to me each year and might ignore those symptoms. But I think when it gets to where it's affecting your breathing or it's persisting to where you're not functioning at your optimum, it's time to see an allergist.
Wonderful. Well, some great advice. Thank you for taking the time to share that with us. And you see the phone number and the website at the bottom of your screen if you'd like to learn more about Family Allergy and Asthma. You've got locations throughout the area, and they'd be glad to set you up with an appointment. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Christy, for having us.
We will be right back with a check of your forecast. It's the fall forecast. We talk about fall allergies, but it sure feels a lot like summer. Mary Watson has those details coming up.
That's right. I wish it was still summer because my allergies are out of control, and they will be for the next day or so. Take a look, 90 degrees already. We're heating up another couple of degrees this afternoon. I'll just tell that full forecast coming right up after the break.